and welcome to this week's Facebook Live session. I think the best thing to do is to just get straight into it. So if you're watching this, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching it later from the page, welcome. And I'd like to thank you for taking the time to do something that's just for you, something to help you, to help your general health and well-being. Simply watching and joining in a video like this can be incredibly empowering because it sends such a massive signal to yourself that you're doing something to help yourself. So thank you for doing it with me, and congratulations. As I always say, I want you to make a commitment, not to me, but to yourself, to try and do something every day to help your health and well-being, because the real benefits from doing qigong and mindfulness don't come from what you do with me, they come from what you do every day. So hope you've got yourself into a place where you've got plenty of room. And remember that if necessary, you can sit. I'm just going to move this stool. You can sit to perform the moves, ideally on a stool like this. And I'll twiddle round so you can see how I'm sitting, nice straight back, feet flat on the floor. But you do need room to move your arms around, so ideally a stool or a dining table chair. But if you've got to sit in a chair with arms, just sit in whatever chair works for you and just do whatever works for you. If you would ever be interested in seeing me demonstrate a set seated, just message me on here. So let's start off by bowing in. Left hand palm up, right hand palm down, and bow. So step out into a nice stance. That's feet about a hip width apart, knees soft. And if you can, just imagine you're trying to hit your bottom onto a narrow ledge. Nice straight back, crown of head pointing up at ceiling, shoulders relaxed, arms hanging loosely by your side. When you've got yourself into the best possible position that you can, just send your awareness down to your feet if you're standing. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed. And then take a moment to just breathe. Just tune into your body, make sure you're comfortable. Tune into your mind. Maybe get an idea of how you'd like to feel at the end of this session. Maybe set an intention for this session. Whatever intention works for you. And then I'd like you to imagine that you're in a lift. And this lift is very big. It's got luxurious chairs, it's got carpets on the floor. And when it moves, you can hardly feel the movement, and you can hardly hear the motor. It's a Rolls Royce of lifts. Another unusual thing about this lift is it's got glass walls. When you get to the top, I want you to go and look out through those glass walls. And I want you to imagine that you're looking out over the most amazing landscape. Look out over the most beautiful landscape. And looking at it just makes you feel relaxed and calm. And then when you're ready, I want you to allow your lift to gently move downwards. With every out breath, can you imagine your lift gently floating down one floor? So breath by breath, floor by floor, allow your lift to gently float all the way down to the ground. And then just standing with the palms of your hands pointing backwards. When you're ready with your next in-breath, just allow your arms to float up in front of you. And as you breathe out, just allow them to sink all the way back down. Finding your own breath and your own rhythm. Doing what works for you. Remembering that small is beautiful in Tai Chi. Do this move twice small. We're going to move 2, which starts the same, but then turn your palms in. Let your hands spread out as you breathe out. They float back in and back down. And you make this move as big as you can manage in one. Gently use your breath. You just move twice small. And with your next in-breath, allow your arms to float up. And as you breathe out, gently shift your weight slightly to the left and allow your right arm to uncurl, keeping your back straight. And as you breathe in, everything comes back to the starting position. And then do the same on the other side. The shoulders nice and relaxed. And we'll do one more move on each side. Breathe in, hands move to the top, and turn your palms out as you breathe out, and let your hands sweep all the way down by the side. And as you breathe in, let them float up again. Making this move as big or small as you're comfortable with. Keeping your shoulders nice and relaxed, not stretching, not straining. And do this move twice more. And last move as you breathe out, just bring your hands in front of your body. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you're feeling around a small ball, and as you breathe out, imagine you push that ball down. Keep this move very small, be careful to take your hands no higher than your heart. Do this move twice more. And the last move, as you breathe out, bring your hands to rest just in front of your body. And then just take a few moments to stand and breathe. You're moving your energy around your body. And you're standing Zen form. Take a moment to check your posture. And then just stand and breathe and just get that sense of everything settling back where it should be. Just taking 3 or 4 gentle, easy breaths. Connecting with your centre. Connecting with the ground. And when you're ready, put your hands straight down by your side. Bring your feet together. We bow out as we bow in. And then going to move closer to the camera. Actually going to move the camera closer to me. It's going to be a bit dark otherwise. And I'd like to invite you now to get yourself settled and comfortable, ready for a mindfulness meditation. Now, mindfulness isn't about clearing your mind, it's about being aware of what your mind is doing. And one thing I would like your mind to be doing is focusing on the intention that you set at the beginning of this session. Once you've got yourself settled and comfortable, I'm going to sound the start of the meditation by ringing my singing bowl. And I'm going to sound the bowl 3 times. The 3rd time I'm going to let the sound die away quite naturally. What I'd like you to do is to be aware of the sound of the bowl and to see if you can notice that moment when the sound of the bowl fades into silence. As the sound of the bowl fades away, I'd like to be curious about how much you did notice about the sound, or if you noticed the sound. If you didn't, and didn't notice the point where it faded into silence, that's okay. I'd now like you to become very aware of where you're sitting right now and of the space that you're sitting in. You don't have to close your eyes. That maybe for this meditation it's best not to. I'd like you to really notice anything that there is to be noticed in your space right here, right now. What can you see? What can you hear? Can you become aware of the space that your body takes up? And maybe notice the boundary between your body and the room that's formed by your skin. Can you be aware of clothes touching your skin? And then can you bring your awareness into your breath? Noticing what there is to be noticed as you breathe. Whether it's movement of air or movement of muscle, just notice what you notice. And if you notice that your mind has wandered away, well, don't beat yourself up. Human minds want to think. And it's very natural for our minds to wander. What we're doing today isn't trying to clear our mind, it's noticing what our minds want to do. And noticing that we can change our attention, change our focus. Use your awareness of your breath as an anchor to anchor you into this moment, when nothing else matters except just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. As many times as your mind wanders away, just as many times gently lead it back. Not getting impatient, just learning the patterns of your mind. Practicing this in silences. Using your awareness of your breath to anchor you into this moment, when nothing else matters, when you haven't got to do anything except breathe and be here. And then I'd like you to let your awareness start to move outwards again, so you become aware once more of your body. And then become aware once more of the room and maybe sounds inside and outside the room. I'm going to end the meditation by sounding my singing bowl again, but as I do, and you come back to full awareness, keep in the front of your mind the thought that you can find this feeling anytime you need to, simply by focusing on your breath. Thank you for being with me. Namaste.